Here we are at the Midwest Media Expo, and I have two fine folks here. Could you introduce yourselves and tell me a little bit about your background?
Ladies first.
Thank you. My name is Tia Ballard. I'm a voice actress, and this is...
Ken Pontac. I'm a writer-director for animation and video games.
How did you get your start in that?
Well, I did it my entire life. As a kid, I watched cartoons and drew comic books, and eventually people started to pay me to do it.
Very cool. What was your first you worked on?
My big break actually came when I met Art Clokey, the creator of Gumby, because I had made a short film with a couple of other buddies when I was in art school. It was a stop-motion animation film. Got it in front of Art Clokey's eyes, and a couple of years later, I became the art director for the New Adventures of Gumby. And
Awesome.
That was pretty much my start.
I grew up on Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby was born the same year as I was.
Yeah.
I didn't do those first ones because I was just an infant then.
Yeah, well, my mom couldn't afford real food, so we just got chewed on Gumby and Pokey.
Yeah, a lot of people like to geek the butt.
And what about you, Tia?
Gosh, I got my start, so I had my 5-year anniversary with Funimation Entertainment, where I primarily do my work, on Valentine's Day of this year.
Awesome.
And when I began, I was an art major in college because I wanted to do something creative but didn't want to talk to anybody. I was very, very introverted and very shy, but then I went to work for Walt Disney World for a semester in their college program. And I got to see 6'5" men carrying around Goofy backpacks, and they didn't care because they love Goofy. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm from this small town Texas, everybody's a farmer, but I don't have to be that. I can be whatever I want to be, and I wanted to be in cartoons. And so I decided right then and there, I want to be in cartoons. So I looked up the nearest studio to my house. It was 2 hours away, and I said, okay, that's where I'm going to work. That's where I'm going to start. And so when I came home, I jumped into theater, communication, and speech, got my degree, pushed myself past my self-consciousness issues, really took risks, and by word of mouth and just at talking to the right people, I landed an audition, and they liked me, and I've been very, very blessed ever since.
Very cool. You told me about one artist that you had a kind of a, was you one of your favorite artists that you met earlier years ago?
No, well, it's like 5 minutes ago right out there.
Yeah.
I was telling you about him.
Yeah, I know.
He and I met. Oh, okay, that's what you were, okay, sorry.
Performing artist?
I was talking about how I met you. So I was a fan of Happy Tree Friends, which he writes for, and I sent, I messaged the message board or something, and I said something about the writing and how the characters have such distinct personalities, or I said something about it. And
It was a really good fan letter. It was worth responding to, so I responded to it.
he's so awesome. So he added me on MySpace back then and sent me a personal message, and he and I have been buddies ever since, and that was before I even wanted to really jump into the industry. So
It's been great to watch her dream become reality. It's been really fun, and I try to encourage her as much as I can.
So my future, I hope to be, I'm voice acting, and I'm learning to write and learning to really be a part of the industry that I love. And he's become something of a mentor to me.
Yes.
In all these years, love it.
Yeah, she's actually started writing spec scripts because she's interested in writing, and they're phenomenally good. She just did a 15-minute, one of the shorter, 7 minutes, 15, and 22. And she just did the 15-minute script, and it was spot on. And now I've given her 22 minutes to write, and you're very nervous, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Very intimidated by that, but you got to earn your place. So I will learn. I will jump into the boxing ring and just work at it.
Very cool. Can you give us a hint about what the scripts are on?
No, we probably shouldn't.
No, we probably shouldn't.
Yeah, they're based on projects that I've worked on in the past or are working on now, but I don't really want to talk about them by name.
Right,
but
I
boy,
can understand.
She has nailed the character on the first one, and actually you had a little assignment before that. She's nailed all the characters. I think as a voice actor, that's part of what's in her brain anyway, and now it's just translating it into words on paper, and mostly I just correct her spelling and grammar.
Yep. That's exactly right.
So, what other projects do you have going, Tia, that you can talk about?
As for me, released this year, I believe we have Sanka Rhea, and I play Rhea, who is a zombie in love. And let me see, Kami-sama Kiss, I play the lead Nanami. We have more Fairy Tale. I play Happy the Cat in Fairy Tale, and it's a 175 episode show, and we just, worked on, we're in the hundreds now, so we're still working on that, and that's coming out this year, and a crap ton of other stuff.
Did you get a tattoo like Todd did on Fairy
I
Tale?
will not get a Fairy Tale tattoo. I mean, cosplay is happy, but
That would be cute.
it would I think that'd be more appreciated than the tattoo I'd have to just hide.
What about you, Ken?
I'm working on a couple of shows right now for Disney XD. One of them is called Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I've been working on that for a couple of years now, and it's just a blast. They kind of let me do a lot of the jokes that I really want to do, and I love that. And another show called Slugterra, which is a boys' action-adventure show, and I just got an assignment to do a series of short episodes for that, both of which are due next Friday. And the Pac-Man script has 2 acts to get done by then, and the Slugterra job is just notes in my brain and scribble on a piece of paper, which would freak you out if you had that. but to me, I just call it Sunday night.
So, what are your future plans, Ken?
Well, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing forever. I love what I do. I am planning on going to Los Angeles in about a month, and I'm going to be talking to various people at the various studios and what I call butt-sniffing meetings. There is no real agenda. We're just going to kind of talk about stuff, and we'll see if there is a fit for me in anything that they're working on, and they'll probably ask me if I have any shows I want to pitch, and I got to think about that.
Very cool. So, what are your aspirations for the near future and distance?
Not die is one of them.
Oh, wait, I want to add not die too. Too late?
No, you can. We'll
not
let you
die.
both have
I
not
want to
die.
continue to do the things that make me happy, and animation makes me happy. So if I'm in that world, I'm where I need to be. So anything in that realm, that's for me.
Very cool. Before I forget, you also are one of the people that didn't you create an anti-bullying group or help with that?
Well, I run a panel called Smile Darnia that addresses bullying, and it also addresses positive thinking and talks about goals and what's our brick walls, what's stopping us from achieving our goals. So yeah, so kind of.
So that is one of your pet projects is
Oh yes.
the anti-bullying. Yeah.
Anything motivational and anything to encourage people to follow their hearts and take risks. I'm all for that.
Right.
Absolutely.
And ignore the people who naysayers and such.
Ignore them and learn to work with them
Right.
and work against them.
Or not let them work against you.
Exactly.
Very cool. Now, I like to close my interviews with offering my interviewees the opportunity to tell them, their fans, something weird and wonderful about yourselves that your fans might not know. Have you anything interesting you'd like to share?
I love that you put me on the spot.
Ken, do you, sorry, Tia.
I'm teasing. It's fine. It's okay. Let's see. The last time I went to Disney World, which is one of my very favorite places, there was a bubble floating along outside of the park, and the park was closing, and they had the ambience music, and everything was really sad. And when I saw this bubble, I realized, I don't know, something about this bubble really got to me. I was the only person that saw it, and then suddenly it popped. And my emotions were so keyed up and twisted at that point, I just started sobbing because this bubble existed and I was the only one that saw it. I watched it live and die before me, and I bawled. And it's all on camera, and you can get it on my Facebook.
Really?
My videos. So yes, I cried over a bubble in a parking lot very intensely. And that's weird and wonderful.
I bet you're not the first person who's cried over a burst bubble.
Hey, that's pretty good. Nice.
Thank you. What about you, Ken?
That's very sweet. I got to check that out. Mine is certainly less beautiful and poignant. years ago when I was in a position to interview people, when I was working on Gumby and running my own show, and basically any time that somebody is telling me their job qualifications, I would like to end the interview with a question. And the question was, could you kill a man with a rubber hot dog? And
Sure.
well, sure is the beginning of a good answer. It judges the way that they deal with a non sequitur, how fast they think on their feet. Some people got freaked out and said, why would you ask me a thing like that? That's not in the positive column as far as that question. The best answer I ever got was, who do you want killed? That person already had the job, but that sealed the deal.
I was thinking dump it in dry ice for a few minutes and...
Oh yeah, that would help. You got to stiffen up the rubber hot dog. So yeah, dry ice is good. You get the job.
Woohoo! Thanks. Well, thank you two so much. And from Detroit, Michigan, and the Midwest Media Expo, this has been the Weird Review. Thanks.
Bye.